Hi everyone! The second level 96 Heroes Realm will arrive on the global server soon. This 10-player campaign features Zheng in Phase 1 and Snowplum Requiem in Phase 2. Before entering the campaign, make sure everyone brings the Mystic Art Lion's Roar, because it is required for the second boss. Boss 1, Zheng. The first boss, Zheng, can be divided into two phases. During the first phase, Zheng will jump onto the ice tower and gain a shield. He cannot be attacked directly, so the team must first destroy the ice tower. Afterward, Zheng will jump down from the tower and enter the second phase. Let's start with the first phase. Mechanic 1, 100 Puppet Revival. At the beginning of the fight, the boss will jump onto the tower, and a blue circle will appear below the tower. Do not enter this area immediately. Entering the blue circle will rapidly stack frost poison, causing heavy damage. Several elite monsters with a red skull icon will spawn at different locations around the battlefield. Occasionally, an elite monster will spawn inside the blue circle and trigger a mechanic called Winter Vortex, which pulls a player into the blue circle when the cast finishes. Players should prioritize killing elite monsters inside the blue circle, followed by elite monsters outside the blue circle. Non-elite monsters should be killed last. Ranged players should also focus on killing elite monsters inside the blue circle, as they can attack from outside the area, making it much safer. After killing these elite monsters, interact with their drops to collect lotus leaves. Once the team collects at least 4 lotus leaves, all healers on the team will gain an advanced version of the Panacea Fan's martial art skill, Cloudburst Healing, which can help the team survive later mechanics. After that, everyone can enter the blue frost poison area. The healer should use Cloudburst Healing inside the blue circle to provide frost poison resistance to nearby teammates. The team can now stand inside the blue area and focus on destroying the ice tower. Mechanic 2, Frost Poison. While inside the blue circle, frost poison stacks quickly. Since Cloudburst Healing has a cooldown that is longer than the skill duration, the 2 healers should alternate casting this skill to maximize uptime. The healers should not cast Cloudburst Healing at the same time, as this creates a resistance downtime and can cause a team wipe. The second healer should pay attention to both the healing circle's remaining duration and the resistance duration, then time their cast carefully. If you're worried about this mechanic, bringing 3 healers is also a viable strategy to make the fight more forgiving. Once the ice tower is destroyed, leave the frost poison area and prepare for the next mechanic. Talent conditions. Talent 1-1, do not enter the frost poison area without poison resistance. This talent can be completed with AI teammates. The easiest method is to stay outside the frost poison area throughout the mechanic and avoid gaining the frost poison debuff. Be careful, because elite monsters can cast Winter Vortex, which pulls players into the frost poison area. Hitting the monster's head with an arrow can interrupt Winter Vortex. The second method is to make sure you always have frost poison resistance from the healer's skills while inside the blue circle. This requires good timing. Mechanic 3, Ice Blade Explosion. After destroying the tower, the boss will launch multiple ice blades at all players. The entire team should move outside the blue circle and deflect the attacks. After deflecting enough ice blade attacks, the boss's chi bar will be depleted, causing him to fall from the tower. At this point, switch all damage to the boss. If the boss's chi bar is not depleted in time, he will trigger a team wipe mechanic. So all players should deflect as many ice blade attacks as possible. Talent conditions. Talent 1-2. During Ice Blade Explosion, successfully deflect 4 ice blades. Talent 1-3. During Ice Blade Explosion, the entire team must avoid taking damage from ice blades. This talent cannot be completed in Smart Assist mode. To complete these talents together, have the entire team deflect all ice blade attacks. After falling from the tower, Zheng enters the second phase. The following mechanics will only appear during the second phase. Mechanic 4, Ice Vine Binding. The boss will mark 2 players with yellow circles and connect them with an ice vine. A third player will be targeted by an ice blade attack. The third player needs to guide the ice blade wave through the connected players to cut the ice vine. If the ice vine is not severed after a set period of time, the 2 connected players will be killed. If the team stays grouped together, This mechanic can often be handled automatically. Mechanic 5. Ice Spike Pursuit. The boss will mark a player with a red circle and launch a tracking attack. The targeted player should move away from the group and continue moving until the attack disappears. Mechanic 6. Cold Energy. The boss will gain a shield and continuously deal heavy damage to the entire team. When the Cold Energy cast begins, healers need to immediately use the Cloud Steps prompt to jump onto the tower. From the tower, use the Panacea Fan's heavy attack to provide cold energy resistance to the entire team. At the same time, all DPS players should focus on the boss and break his shield before the countdown finishes. During this mechanic, blue flowers will appear on top of the tower. These flowers apply poison stacks to players on top of the tower, so players on the ground should use fire arrows to destroy them. Healers will be killed if their poison stacks reach 20. Meanwhile, elite monsters might spawn on the ground. They will charge toward the tower, causing players on top to fall off. Players on the ground should deflect these red attacks. Talent conditions. Talent 2-1. During Cold Energy, successfully deflect an elite monster's red attack once. This mechanic is easy to complete with AI teammates. Talent 2-2. Destroy 4 blue flowers using fire arrows during Cold Energy. Talent 2-3. During Cold Energy, no elite monster charges into the tower. Break Zheng's Cold Energy shield within 18 seconds. This talent cannot be completed in Smart Assist mode. The easiest method is to immediately focus all damage on the boss after Cold Energy begins, allowing the team to break the shield before the elite monsters appear. Boss 2. Snowplum Requiem. Before the fight, please make sure everyone has Lion's Roar equipped. It is also recommended that the team assign 3 players who are skilled with music rhythm games to play the Guqin beforehand. If you play with a controller, it is recommended that you adjust your controller settings before starting the fight. Go to Settings, Controller, Button Settings, then enable the option that automatically changes the interaction button for specific mechanics during Sword Trials and Heroes Realms. In this fight, you need to interact with the music orbs. If this option is disabled, the interaction button may be assigned to the RT button, causing you to accidentally interact with the orbs when you are trying to use Mystic Arts instead. Mechanic 1. Gold Crisscross Attack. The boss releases a gold crisscross-shaped attack, followed by several gold circles. Simply watch your positioning and move away from the attack zones. Mechanic 2. Call and Response. The boss's companion will target 1 or 2 players with a gold circle and fire sound wave attacks. When targeted, move away from the group. As the gold circle reaches its maximum size, face a direction where there are no teammates and use Lion's Roar to redirect the attack. The timing is important. Use it right before the marker finishes charging. Also, remember to avoid redirecting the attack toward your teammates. After the sound wave attack, the boss will immediately target several players with red circles. Remember to deflect the attack, and healers should cast healing circles or use Golden Body to mitigate the damage. Talent conditions. Talent 1-3. Use Lion's Roar to redirect all call and response attacks. This talent cannot be completed in Smart Assist mode. Mechanic 3. High mountains and flowing rivers. The boss summons several waves of attacks. These attacks have 3 forms, but they may appear in different orders: a row of vertical lines, several arcs, and a shockwave. Healing zones can help the team survive. Getting hit will cost you around 50% of your HP, depending on your build, and apply a damage reduction debuff. Talent conditions. Talent 1-1. Avoid being hit by vertical sound strings. Avoid all vertical sound strings from this mechanic to complete this talent. Note that there are always 2 waves of vertical sound strings coming from different directions. This talent can be completed with AI teammates. Mechanic 4. 5 Notes Harmony. A large musical bell will appear in the center of the arena. The bell displays a musical note. The first note is always gong. Several musical note orbs will appear around the battlefield. Attack the note orbs to change their notes until they match the note shown on the bell. When you attack the orbs, their notes will cycle in the following order: gong, shang, jue, ji, and yu. Once an orb's note matches the note displayed on the bell, interact with the orb to send it into the bell. Repeat this process until all note orbs are absorbed. The bell will then disappear, ending this mechanic. If this mechanic is not completed when the cast bar finishes, the bell will release an arena-wide attack that deals heavy damage. Making a wrong match does not immediately wipe the team, but mistakes will waste time. If this mechanic appears while the boss is exhausted, do not focus on the boss. Finish the mechanic first. Talent conditions. Talent 2-1. Successfully send 2 correct notes into the bell. Simply match 2 musical note orbs correctly and interact with them. This can also be completed with AI teammates. Talent 2-2. Complete the 5 notes harmony mechanic within 30 seconds. At the start of the mechanic, use the flute skill for some AoE damage, then quickly change all note orbs into the correct notes. Mechanic 5, Guqin Trio. Snowplum Requiem gains a large shield and 3 Guqin instruments appear. 3 players need to interact with the Guqin and perform the correct notes in the form of a rhythm minigame. Successful performances will rapidly reduce the boss's shield. It is recommended that the team choose players who are skilled with the music rhythm game. During this mechanic, the boss will target players with gold circles. When a player playing the Guqin is targeted, another player should stand in front of them. When the gold circle is about to finish charging, use Lion's Roar to redirect the attack and protect the Guqin player. The tank should lure the boss away from the Guqin players. Other players can continue attacking the boss, but protecting the Guqin players should be the first priority. Talent conditions. Talent 1-2. Successfully protect a Guqin player once using Lion's Roar. When a Guqin player is targeted, use Lion's Roar inside the yellow circle right before the attack finishes charging to knock away the incoming attack. Talent 2-3. All 3 Guqin players play perfectly and receive full scores. During Mechanic 4 5 Notes Harmony, the bell must not absorb any incorrect notes. This talent cannot be completed in Smart Assist mode. Make sure every interaction sends the correct note into the bell. That covers all mechanics and boss talents for this level 96 Heroes Realm. Good luck with the fight. And if you find this video helpful, feel free to stick around, and I'll see you in the next one.